Maybe we'll meet again.
We are pre-sunrise. I think we might be catching it. I'm not sure. Dude, I don't know why you're fucking up in the tree. I'm so sorry. This cat is like just a part of the video. I don't want to like block this one. I'd rather just like take a position where we share space or something. Hi, Dirty Jesus. What is there to talk about? You know what? Okay, like stand-up comedy is great, but I need to start riling up the internet, I guess. So, guys, this Star Wars thing is not. It's likely too much. It's likely too much. People are so excited about this conceptual movie of future war, or worse, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So past war, and everyone's like, oh, it's okay, it's just a movie, and it's J.J. Abrams, and Harrison Ford's in it, and Chewbacca's back, and where's Luke, and where's Leia, and all of this nonsense. And they use practical special effects, which I approve of. Like, in general principle, I completely approve of it. I just feel like if you don't look around and realize that there is Kool-Aid being fucking poured down your throat, just fucking poured down your throat. Like, this is not for debate. And then there's this Fox News woman, Megan Tramp. Where are you going? Hey, don't eat the cables. Megan Tramp, and she basically said that like everyone is nuts. And Star Wars is not that good, and she's been under attack on the internet. I watched a couple of videos where there was like some interestingly dorky sexist commentary, like how dare she have an opinion? She wears glasses and she's a woman, so she thinks she can read and she thinks she can have an opinion. And I was like, wow, I would like to find that person and in the real world fucking call them to account for please don't eat the cables. Hey, to me in no way whatsoever. Call them into account for what they got to say on the internet. I think there's two problems going on. One, Disney took over Star Wars. It's not the childhood movie you're remembering it as. Oh, lovely. It's not the childhood movie you remember it as. And the original childhood movie, from a book I read called Easy Riders, Raging Bulls, sort of like an oral history of the Hollywood at the time. Like, the creation of the original Star Wars was in part sort of George Lucas's response to Francis Ford Coppola's Apocalypse Now. It was his revisualization of what this sort of Vietnam conflict would be in some sort of broader, more operatic terms. So, and then if you think about the movie, it's like pretty fucking obvious that the rebels are the Vietnamese, like Darth Vader and the Emperor, and like the Death Star and all this shit is like Nixon into Reagan. And so then I have to ask, like, that, sure, maybe that all just went away, but let's assume it didn't. Like, what is happening now that we could correlate these like Star Wars movies to? And maybe there's no direct war, but worse. The correlation to be made is that in a state of perpetual war where this like unknown terrorist is evil and must be brought down but can't be brought down, then showing people war movies, especially ones that they all lose their shit over and take their kids to and say that are rites of passage. Like this guy was talking about Star Wars as if it was like God-given to the American people. And it may very well have been, but not from my understanding. Hypocrisy. We talked about this yesterday, or Ellen Day, whatever day that was. How do how do we let people see? How do we not judge another human being? Because we all have hypocrisies and we all make mistakes. How do we not judge another human being sufficient that we can help them see that taking apart their own hypocrisies? Oh yeah, because I'm cracking. Taking apart their own hypocrisy is a really good thing. I can't recommend more. All right, I'm gonna look at the sunrise for a second. So I'll just talk to you guys. I'm really glad I did this with my time. Like 10 minutes ago, I was like in bed and my body was like, well, you're physically awake before the sunrise. So like, oh, because the distinction I make between, okay, so if I catch the sunrise, it's a sunrise sermon. If I miss the sunrise but I do it on the day, it's a dirty sermon. Like, slightly apologetic sermon. That's sort of one of the distinctions I decided to start. But like, I just got up. And I put on Donna Summer and I did Dance to Donna Summer. And now I am recording. It's like diligence. Diligence produces clockworkness. Oh, this fucking sun is taking forever. I'm joking, God. Daddy. I don't know, guys, like, I feel like I feel really fucking compelled to be noisy. Like, initially, I just wasn't gonna go see these fucking dumb movies. I was like, you guys are all nuts. And I told people, I was like, yeah, I'm never going to see them. I've seen all the Star Wars I need to see, and everyone was like, you're crazy. And I was like, yeah, so are you. But now I gotta go even further than that. Like, I don't know, I don't like bullying at all, or I'm a bully, I can't tell, but I don't think I like bullying, so I'd like to bully. I'd like to call out sexist. There's just this one guy who I want to kick the shit out of. Like, let's find this fucker, and like, hopefully we could meet. Yeah, I should clarify that. When I say kick the shit out of, when I say kick the shit out of, I mean that is literally a last resort. Like, if we are unable to come to any degree of terms, and I will work so hard to ensure that we try to come to some degree of terms. And the only fight I ever got in, I was like 14, and I have been a furious, belligerent drunk at a bar forever. And I start fights and always stop them. Like, I rile people up and then I bring them back. So if I could send myself a future letter, I would say don't do that anymore, because like, what good does that bring to the universe? Shit, it's sort of a good idea. Okay, well, who knows if I'm going to keep doing it or stop doing it. That's really not the point. The point is that I'm good at not fighting somebody, and but I think like talking to these Star Wars dorks is not out of the. It's a responsibility. It's a responsibility to let people realize how crazy they are, and that like this movie's making them sexist. No, they've always been sexist. I don't know. Well, you know what? I'm just not going to feel bad about wanting to call a dick out as a dick. I'm not going to feel bad about that, I guess. Alright, I'm going to call this before the sunrise. Whatever, pre-fucking sunrise. I don't care. The cinema exists as a propaganda device. And like, everyone's like, oh, it's the American way. No, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's literally a way that everyone has to see the same thing. And it just seems crazy that you're showing that you could probably be some sort of progressive left-leaning hippie, but you're so excited, and you're going to take your kids and you're going to try to indoctrinate them, tell them how important it was when you were a child, and all this fucking shit, all of which you've decided is true, but is by no means the case. I don't know, guys, just like fucking Star Wars. Time to like, I don't know, I'm going to shut it down. Oh, yeah, well, I guess final thought. Final thought is that if no, I'm gonna say that thought. The moratorium. I've got a plan for a moratorium, and I'll tell you about it later. Later. Guys, just today, try not. If you start thinking about Star Wars and you get an erection or your vagina gets wet, like, realize it's a problem. Seek help. Contact me on Twitter or something. Alright. Okay. Won't this be a great son? I love you. Bye.